Hey guys, Renaissance Gamer Noah here. So today's video is a little different. I guess you can call it a theory, but it's definitely smaller in scale. It's really more just observations that I made while playing through Twilight Princess recently. All of these observations revolve around the CLAWSHOT, specifically its application in the Lakebed Temple and in the City in the Sky. While playing, I noticed some similarities and, well, let's just jump right in then. So for those of you who don't know, the CLAWSHOT is the slight reinvention of the hookshot from Ocarina of Time. Both items allow Link to latch onto specific surfaces and access new areas. Additionally, however, the CLAWSHOT in Twilight Princess can rip off enemies' armor. Well, sometimes, if, specific enemies. Can rip off specific enemies' armor, and allow Link to ascend and descend while hanging from the ceiling. The hookshot in Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask couldn't do that, so that's pretty cool. But here's the rub. Here's where we can find the birth of a theory. So much like in Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess's water temple, known as the Lakebed Temple, is designed around the CLAWSHOT. The CLAWSHOT is not only a very useful tool for battling against many of the Lakebed Temple's enemies, but it is literally necessary to make the temple function. Now, with this in mind, let's leap ahead to later in Twilight Princess and take a gander at the sky. Now, the sky is quite a different beast than the Lakebed Temple, but I'm not going mad yet, so there is a reason I bring it up. The most obvious, well, probably because it's where Link uniquely obtains a second CLAWSHOT in Twilight Princess. Now, the two CLAWSHOTs combine and create the double CLAWSHOT, and, well, for lack of a more sophisticated term, turn Link into Spider-Man. So what I mean is that with the two CLAWSHOTs, Link can latch onto one section of the wall and then hang for a while using the second one to latch onto another part. This allows Link to travel over corridors that seemingly have no floor, or to just hang midair and then travel horizontally. It's all really well done, and a total blast. But here's a little nuance so obvious that people may think nothing of it. Both the Lakebed Temple and the City in the Sky, by design, require the player to utilize the CLAWSHOT and the double CLAWSHOT to the fullest. Naturally, that makes sense. I mean, because the CLAWSHOT is the signature item of each temple. But let's take a closer look. Let's use the lore of Twilight Princess and see if we can't find anything a little deeper. So the exact origin of the CLAWSHOTs can be a little tricky for us Zelda fanatics. The most dominant two theories right now are that the CLAWSHOTs in Twilight Princess are actually the same ones from Skyward Sword, or that the Oka race, the inhabitants of the sky, created the CLAWSHOTs. The first theory suggests that Link left his two CLAWSHOTs from Skyward Sword in separate locations. The one that he left in Skyloft would eventually become the second CLAWSHOT that Link acquires in Twilight Princess, because, as the theory goes, Skyloft would eventually become the City in the Sky over time. And as for the second theory, the Oka have demonstrated their technological advancements. I mean, cannons, propellers, a floating city. So the presence of the CLAWSHOTs in the Sky Temple, and the fact that the Sky Temple is literally built around the CLAWSHOTs, make this seem pretty self-explanatory. Regardless of which of these two theories really tickles your fancy, the important takeaway is that the origins of the CLAWSHOTs in Twilight Princess is linked with the City in the Sky. Now, here's the observation that sparked this little theory. The City in the Sky is located above Lake HYLLA, the resting place of the Lakebed Temple. And how could we be so sure of this? Well, to get to the City in the Sky, Link must hop into a cannon and get fired upwards. The cannon that he hops into is in Lake HYLLA. Brutal though, I know. And when Link leaves the sky, he lands nowhere else but in the soft, gentle waters of Lake HYLLA. The City in the Sky has been proven to be located directly above Lake HYLLA. So let's think even more. Pay close attention to the landscape surrounding the entrance to the temple and the City in the Sky. When Link enters the city, Link lands in a pool of water. To his left is the Oka shop. In front of him is the temple itself. And to his right is a broken bridge. Oh, and yeah, the cannon to exit is behind him. But the broken bridge, so does that mean a section of the City in the Sky once broke off? Well, hear me out. What if this broken section is none other than the Lakebed Temple? Now don't get me wrong, I will play devil's advocate for my own theory. The architecture of the City in the Sky is much different from the designs found in the Lakebed Temple. The Lakebed Temple is all aquatic. The City in the Sky is this brand new innovation, and half of it's crumbling and falling below. But can these differences not be explained? If the Lakebed Temple did come crashing down into the center of Lake Hylia many years ago, the Zoras, plus inevitable time and water damage, could have remodeled the temple, thus explaining why it appears to be a completely independent temple, why it looks different. The Zoras could have just simply redesigned it. And now to the meat of the theory. Does this theory explain why the Lakebed Temple could be the broken section? Well, as previously mentioned, the Clawshots have their origin tied to the sky. This explains why Link finds one in the city in the sky, naturally. But, with this theory in mind, it makes sense that Link would find the first Clawshot underneath Lake Hylia. Furthermore, much like the city in the sky, the Lakebed Temple's design reflects the importance of the Clawshot. Everything in the temple is built around it. They're highlighted at every moment. Now, considering it used to be part of the temple in the sky that had that similar design philosophy, this makes sense. Both temples weigh the Clawshots to be very important, which is why their design philosophy reflects that evenly. And lastly, the city in the sky requires Link to use 2 Clawshots to successfully navigate around it. This would be pretty bad design, since the temple only houses 1 Clawshot. That alone wouldn't allow Link successful mobility. However, this again makes sense, because the city in the sky did indeed have both Clawshots. It just so happened that, well, a section fell into Lake Hylia. Well, that's the extent of my observations. Told you this would be short. So what do you think? Is it all plausible that the Lakebed Temple is a broken section of the city in the sky? It may take a little convincing at first, but I swear there's some real hard evidence that could support this theory. Let me know what you think below. Renaissance Gamer Noah here. Take care.